Hello, this is Alessandrina with Dexter and Alessandrina. And today I'm going to talk about mantras and why using mantras can be so useful and empowering. A lot of people ask me, uh, what do you do on a daily basis to help you attain higher states of consciousness, to achieve your goals, to heal, to cultivate conscious relationships, and to live your life consciously. And one of the first responses is we do mantra. So for some of you, maybe mantra feels a little bit intimidating, and that's understandable because a lot of people have misapprehensions about using things that they don't understand. And so this is the purpose of this video, is to give you an understanding of what mantras are. First of all, not all mantras are the same, meaning that if you're using affirmations in English or in another language that is not either Sanskrit or Hebrew, it is not equal to using a mantra, even if it's called mantras, if people call it mantras. Repeating something as intentionally as it can be, because we do use affirmations and we find them to be powerful, is not the same as using sacred sounds, sacred syllables that have been used for thousands of years, that have a specific intention associated with them, and that have been received by sages, by spiritual and enlightened beings in a state of meditation, where they receive information in the form of sound that is essentially encompassing of a specific energy. So for instance, in the Hebrew and Sanskrit language, when you say a word or a sound syllable, it actually represents the object, or that which you are saying is a representation of the quote-unquote material thing in the universe. So meaning that in sound form, it actually represents what you're saying. Whereas when you speak, for instance, in English, when you say chair is a word that we all agree means this. And ultimately, it's simply a symbol. It is not actually the energy of the object of what it represents. So it's very important to understand. So if you can work through your aversion maybe to using words that you don't understand, and you can also use research, and you can look up, what the mantra means, and sometimes it's not really going to make sense, because as much as the translation can be helpful and it can give you an indication as to what it represents, again, the syllables, the sound themselves are extremely powerful, and they are a representation of something that cannot be translated, so of an energy. So when using, for instance, we use mainly Sanskrit mantras or Tibetan mantras, and Tibetan mantras are derived from Sanskrit, that said they are considered to be of higher vibration, and they were actually derived, a lot of the Tibetan mantras are derived from Sanskrit mantras, and they are said to be higher in vibration and to have been essentially created to match the energy of the Buddha and the energy of enlightened beings that had a very, very high vibration. So when you're using those mantras in Sanskrit, for instance, it's useful to understand that they're going to have an influence and create shifts in your energy system. And that is what is very powerful, meaning that it's not going to just be something that your mind is connected to and making associations with, and that's great, and that does create shifts in the system. It's really the energy itself is going to clear, to activate, to essentially integrate the different chakras in your system, bring them into a state of congruence, of greater alignment, and also of resonance with specific energies. So for instance, there are mantras that are for removing obstacles, like the Ganesha mantra. And that when you're saying the mantra with that intention and you're connected to the intention, and you can also connect to the deity, meaning the representation of that energy, um, and anything else, like the sages that have recited it, the people before you that have recited it. Now it's not just your energy that is connected to the mantra, you're also connected to all of the collective, essentially energies that have recited the mantra. So it really empowers your practice, and it empowers whatever intention you have, because it's not just your energy working towards that intention, it's also all of the energy of the collective that has recited that mantra. There are mantras for healing, there are mantras for relationship, there are mantras for inner peace, there are mantras to attain higher states of consciousness. They're really essentially mantras for everything. So whatever you want to essentially clear in your system, change in you, and anything that you want to achieve, anything that you want to release, anything that you want to connect to or embody energetically, there is a mantra for that. And harnessing the power of those mantras is extremely helpful and brings about transformation and shifts in energy that personally I haven't really been able to see any other tools work as quickly, as effectively, as efficiently, and bring about the kinds of results that you may want with any intention, meaning really comprehensive, effective, helpful, without detriments, So that's very, very positive. So it's something that I recommend. And if you work through your version and you really connect to what mantras are, and there's a wonderful book by Thomas Ashley Ferran called Healing Mantras. I highly recommend it. And this book is essentially a compendium of all the mantras that exist. And it gives you, it's not comprehensive, meaning there's not all the mantras, and all the mantras that are available and that have been used and that are very helpful for many different benefits. So if you look up that book and you start learning those mantras, you can essentially start to achieve your intentions and clear things from your system much more effectively, and also in a way that is accelerated. What else do we use mantras for? Well, Dexter and I have used mantras for years. I personally started using mantras maybe in my 20s, so a while back. And in the past 10 years, I've been much more disciplined with it, and using mantras maybe 2 hours a day to really transform my consciousness and to be able to connect with spirit, with guides, with different energies in the universe that are supportive of creativity, of harmony, of love, and many other beneficial energies. So that is a transformational practice that I highly recommend. And if you work through your aversion, once again, or any fear of the unknown, or any doubt, or any ways in which you might feel like you can't trust mantras, it will essentially really help you to transform your life and to accelerate towards your intentions and goals, and also to clear your karmas or any negative influence that comes from conditioning or anything else in your life that's not working. We have a lot of different mantras on our YouTube channel. We also have mantras available on our theepicself.com website. And I invite you to look them up and to see which one resonates with you, and to really allow yourself to explore mantras for yourself with an intention. So when using mantras, your intention is to clear what's not allowing you to achieve the intention that you have, to become aware of that, and to let the mantra transform that, and also connecting to the energy of the intention. If you remember in our teachings, we're always talking about, on the one hand, clearing what in the subconscious mind is not in alignment with what you want, and then focusing on what you want. Those two together really create momentum towards transformation and allow you to be in greater alignment with what you truly want in your life. So mantras can do that. I hope this is helpful and that you see the power of this tool and that you use it with consciousness, with wisdom, with love, with patience, with care, and really again exploring for yourself how it works for you, what you like about it, and how you can refine your process of mantra practice and how it can transform your life. Sending you lots of love and wishing you a wonderful day.